Hello there, this is actthefool20's. I'm going to give you some coverage on the Eagles. Alright, so basically right now I'm going to talk about the draft. I know it's a little late, but whatever. Number one overall draft, Danny Watkins. I thought I would like this pick because this guy never played in high school, right? And he's the first overall pick. He's got to have a lot of natural talents. Alright, now I know it's kind of shifty. You know, he played in college. There's a few guys you can just plow over at offensive guard or tackle, whatever he's playing. I think he played a little center too, whatever. He's versatile. But, you know, he was plowing kids over, and he was kind of smart, and he was he's getting the concept pretty much. So I thought, like, you know what, in the NFL, he's going to have all this natural talent. He's going to be really easy to coach, but he's looking like a bitch out there, you know, like everyone's throwing him around. It's like I seen like undrafted free agents throw him around. Like this guy is he's just putting his head down and just trying to drive his feet, and he's trying to do what is told, and it looks like he's not comfortable. And when he's doing what he's told, he messes up, and then he just does whatever is not told, really. So whatever. Jaquan Jarrett, our second round pick. He's looking good. I thought he wasn't going to be good at coverage because, you know, he's basically a big hit guy, tackle guy, read, explosive. You know, he didn't look like he had hips like safety should have. But Juan Castillo looks like he can really teach these guys the skills, right? All the defense look like they're smooth right now. That's what I like. It's smooth. You just do what you have to do. Last year they're more explosive and just do whatever, and sometimes they let big plays happen, right? But now it's smart, but it's also aggressive. Plus we got that D-line with Mike Washburn something. He used to. Okay, I'll get to that later. But yeah, Jaquan Jarrett looks good. I like him. Curtis Marsh, don't know much about him. Cassie Matthews is looking great. You know, he's a leader. And my only concern is his physical abilities. You know, he doesn't look built like a middle linebacker should be. Like we had like Stuart Bradley. He's not a Patrick Willis, Ray Lewis. You know, all those guys. But you know what? We'll work at it, I guess. I hope he can see that this is the NFL. I need to be able to toss these kids around, right? And then lastly, I'm going to talk about, because the other ones I don't really care about as much, Henry. Alex Henry, I think he broke a lot of records in NCAA history. So we got quite the kicker. So I'm not concerned. We got to replace David Akers, right? He was a big part of our playmaking ability. As you guys remember from the Miracle at the Meadowlands. He plays with such concentration, and people, just to let you know, why he was messing up on the playoffs was because he found out 6 hours before the game that his daughter had cancer. So don't hate on David Akers, and San Francisco fans, do not hate on David Akers if he comes in because you've seen the playoff game. That's a good enough excuse for me, right? Okay, let's talk about undrafted free agency. We got some good wide receivers. There's one fan favorite, Hayward. I'll try to figure out his name and I'll write it in the description or something. I don't know. But he's pretty much a red zone guy. That's why we like him, because we need that guy. And he looks really physical and he looks professional, and I just don't like how he looks still shaky at the same time. Like, he knows what he's doing, but, like, when the ball's in the air, it's like, you know, you got to do what you do. But my favorite is something Moss. I don't know his first name, right? I don't know much of these names. I just know what position is doing good. But Moss, he's an incredible route runner. I'm talking. If you watch Training Camp Live and you see Moss, I've seen 5 plays from him. I don't watch it like nutsly amount of times because I have a life, right? Yeah, he runs routes perfectly, and then he catches the ball. Like, he looks good, and I think he can replace Jeremy Maclin if he gets injured, or Avant. You know, he can really take in that spot, and he can be a wideout too. He's got speed, he's got good hands. You know, we can teach off that, and we can build something. You know, I like him. And then we got a few offensive linemen that are pretty good. Linebackers, I don't know. You know, I don't pay attention, so I can't say that much. I just wanted to talk about Moss and that fan favorite guy. Going on to free agency, Jason Babin. A lot of people don't know this, but Jason Babin and Trent Cole were they were friends and they used to hunt together. If you're an Eagles fan, you know that Tranquil loves to hunt. Jason Babin, so they're close, right? Jason Babin is not like Tranquil. Tranquil's more like hand swifty, and he spins. He's good at doing all that, and he's like crazy. I find him, if you look at the top 100, he's funny when he's crazy. But Jason Babin's more like I'll plow you over, and he's fast. He's explosive off the line. He's not fast like Tranquil with the hands and the spins. He just pretty much bull rushes you, gets one arm on you, fake. Tranquil does a fake spin too. So they're gonna complement each other pretty well. It's like Dwight Freeney and Robert Mantis. Who's gonna get to the quarterback first. It brings a lot of competition out of both of them, right? And they're friends, so it's not like it's gonna be bad competition, right? So that's how I see it. Now Cullen Jenkins. People think he's going to go at D tackle. I think he's going to go right end. And now you're like, well, we have Tranquil, right? He's a Pro Bowler. What are we going to do with him? Well, we were set to go 3-4 defense, right? And Tranquil to go linebacker. So I think we should go full blow with Tranquil because he's fast. He's built like a linebacker. If we teach him, he can be our new linebacker, I think. I like him at right end, but I'd like to see more Tranquil in the open field. He's athletic, right? And then D tackle, Mike Patterson. And we need a heavy guy, right? Trevor Laws is not that heavy, but I like him. Okay, he's a playmaker. All right, if you look, he had one start, and he has 4 sacks, 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, and like 18 tackles. That's good enough for me. I'm not saying that's in one game. Like, I think he went in for a few times, but that's pretty good. He's a playmaker. Every time I see him on the field, I see his long freaking hair. He was a great wrestler, like I'm talking about, a great wrestler in high school and I think college too. I'm not sure. I guess he chose to go to football, and he made that sacrifice, so I think we deserve to give him the shot. And every shot we give him, I don't know if it's just in practice he's not as good as he is on the field. Look at his numbers on the field, all right? Give him a season, give him a preseason. He's going to blow your mind, all right? Nnamdi Asomugha, okay? Now let's talk about the trio set for the corners. I see Nnamdi Asomugha the shutdown. Alright, so that's nice to know as an Eagle fan that is shut down. Pretty much. Like, sometimes we'll play like when we're playing the lines, I was like, oh, Calvin Johnson, man, he's crazy. So I hope Asante Samuel's not his height, he's not his speed, well, kind of his speed, but Calvin Johnson is just the most athletic, gifted player in the league, right? So I was like, okay, but Asomugha can keep up with these guys. He can. I believe it. He had I think it was 12 receptions all year on him. 12 or 8. It was really low. That's nuts. That's less than 1 catch a game. Are you kidding me? That's good to know. I'm confident in every game now with these good receivers. And Asante Samuel's a route jumper. He can really mess up a quarterback's mind. Peyton Manning, he picked him off twice. He's picked him off a lot of times, Peyton Manning. He likes a challenge, so that's when he steps up. He's a playmaker. And then Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, he's just an athlete. When the ball's in the air, looks like a wide receiver pretty much. We need that guy. We have all 3 elements: the route jumping, shutdown, and athleticism. That's good, because when the ball's in the air, think about those 3 out there. And then we got Nate Allen, who is a spectacular catcher, great. And then we got, Jaquan Jarrett. He's not going to do that kind of interception shit. But you know what? It's going to work. It is. Trust me. Linebackers, I think middle is going to be Cassie, right's going to be Tranquil, left is going to be Channy. I don't want Fuku in there, even though he looks good in training camp right now. No. Who else? Free agency. Ronnie Brown. I think we're just wasting money on this guy. We drafted a rookie who was similar to LaShawn McCoy. He came from Pittsburgh, I think, too, so they came from the same college, right? But you know what? I think I don't know. I don't like Ronnie. Like, I like Ronnie Brown. He's good, and I know, but we don't run the ball enough for LaShawn McCoy to even get injured. He's got enough breaks, I know we can use him in a 2-back set, just spread the field, but whatever. Let's talk about Vince Young. I was kind of shaky about this at start, but we have good quarterback coaches. We can do the same thing with Vince Young that we do with Kevin Cobb, but different. Kevin Cobb is supposed to be our starter. This guy, we can just make him better, give him a few starts, get him, get teams interested in him, and then trade him for a good pick, and then get another secondary. But he's good for a backup right now. Similar style to Michael Vick, mobile, so it's not going to be like different. But the thing is, with Kevin Cobb, when Kevin Cobb would come in, it's like we've been studying Michael Vick this whole week, and now we got Kevin Cobb. So that was kind of nice to know. But now Vince Young is the same. I'm not saying they're exactly the same. They don't think the same. They don't. When you study, you get really into the mind of the quarterback or the players. But yeah, I think it's gonna. I wanted Mike Kafka to have a shot. Mike Kafka in the training camp, he's looking great. Honestly, he's looking fantastic. He looks like a leader. He looks like he knows what he's doing. So I think this year we should get rid of Vince Young, because I think we only have a 1-year contract or 2-year, and then we can get Mike Kafka to give him a shot. Honestly, I think I like Vince Young, but Kafka, you deserve it. And we got that Johnson guy. He's looking good too. He's just more option. Whatever, it won't hurt. Now, who else do we have in free agency? I think that is it. And then we have a few linemen. Sounds alright. Yeah. Okay, now talking about let's talk about them overall. Offense. Michael Vick, he's the pretty much offense, right? We got Deshaun Jackson, deep threat. Jeremy Maclin. Jeremy Maclin looks a little like he didn't really work out that much in the lockout because he looks skinny to me. It's weird. But I hope he still has his big playmaking ability. He's athletic. The way I see our wide receiver set is basically we got Deshaun Jackson, our deep threat, the biggest threat downfield. I think he's the second biggest average in NFL history. I don't know. He's up there in NFL history numbers. Okay. Jeremy Maclin is just athletic. You put the ball in the air and he can make a catch really good, and he can. He's all around a wide receiver. He can block. He's good after the catch for yards. He's good at catching. He can become a good guy. Now let's talk about Jason Avant. Jason Avant in training camp's looking really good. They're giving him a shot to learn even more. He's a veteran, but Jason Avant is great. He looks good. He's doing spectacular catches. I hope he gets more touches in this year and able to show his skill that he has. And then tight end Brent Selleck. The end of Brent Selleck, I guarantee you the last 4 games, Brent Selleck has the best tight end numbers in the NFL. He made incredible catches. Michael Vick realized he's making these great blocks for me. I got to give it to him, and he took the shot. I'm expecting big things from Brent Selleck this year. LaShawn McCoy, I'm expecting the same thing. I hope Ronnie Brown doesn't get too many touches because I like LaShawn McCoy's every time he gets the ball, I feel like he's gonna do something really nice. He's got probably the nicest juke in the NFL besides Jamal Charles. He's not like his 40-yard dash isn't intense or anything, but it's fast enough. But his juke is just intense. And Brian Westbrook taught him how to, you need to truck him more and you need to get more built up, and he taught him these things. And before Brian Westbrook left, he got him ready, and LaShawn McCoy was ready. Took on that role. What else? The line. You know what? I'm feeling it's going to be a little better. Terman's lost a little weight, but he's really strong now, and he's looking good. Jason Peters I think he's going to have a really good year. Jason Peters, actually. He looks really good right now. He looks like no one on that D-line when I saw training camp could get by him, so that's good. Let's talk about defense. D-line, I'm expecting big things, big sacks. We got Washburn. He's going to bring the heat, all right? Then we got Juan Castillo, who's offensive line coordinator, so they're gonna get the blitz really mixed up. Because if you can teach offense, you can teach defense, right? It just makes you better.